So as far as Vince McMahon is concerned, wanted to mention this to you just because it's obviously a big news, big scandal. So $12 million to four women over a certain period of time that he paid out. Supposedly, Wall Street Journal, the two guys are saying it's not done yet. There might be some more, but this was the big bombshell that they wanted to drop. What do you think about this? Are you shocked at all that more came out? Because we were saying that Pandora's box is open, and here we go.
No, I don't. I don't think anybody should be shocked. And David, I'm doing great, thank you. Hell yeah. Well, let's hope so. Anyway, hey, look, uh, anything is possible, and people who have that kind of appetite in life have that kind of appetite in every aspect of life. I think it has to be bigger, has to be better than everybody else's. So it's not shocking necessarily. It's one of those things that I think everybody gets a chance to talk about because everybody has an opinion on it one way or another, and there's no middle ground on this. You to say, hey, it wasn't illegal, it may be immoral, it may not be right, but he did nothing wrong and nothing to kick him out of the company, that's for sure. Or you say, no, he's a scumbag and you need to get him out and it's not a safe working environment for anybody. Um, I I believe that anybody who grows up in the real world understands there's good guys and there's bad guys in real life. There's some people who are wonderful people, and then there's some people who are wonderful people but do questionable things. Not doesn't make them bad people; it just makes them uh, like to do things. And I would find it hard pressed to find anybody who would be in that position and not be swayed or not be tempted. You know, power corrupts, and ultimate power corrupts whatever. Ultimately, whatever that saying is, but the more power you get, the more you want, I guess. And not shocking, not surprising. Uh, and I have found throughout my life that nobody is without something that they're saying, listen, I don't rather not want to talk about that. So maybe I just know a bunch of cads. I don't know. But I'm sure there's some things that we could all be questioned on. And what do I think about $12 million and four women? I think that's a low number. That's what I think. So, be that as it may, what what is the crime here, or what are they looking for? I don't know. I mean, what do you have they stated what they're actually looking for, what the end goal is here, or is there an end goal, or are they just
No, they're saying they're looking for sexual allegations and sexual misconduct and things like that, but I don't think you're necessarily finding that considering the girls took the money, signed the
right?
NDAs, and they didn't complain. It was just like a sexual. It seemed consensual. So
I don't know how this even came to light. If it was a non-disclosure agreement,
right.
how did this come about? How did the Wall Street Journal get a hold of it? So somebody had to feed it to them, but they had to
Yep.
find it, be looking for it, whatever it is, and somebody still had to give it to them, feed it to them. So I mean, I don't, I, I don't know what I think about it. As Macho Man once said, if you're not living on the edge, then you're taking up too much room. And if you knew Randy Savage, that's exactly right. And a lot of people feel that way. I can see that way of thinking. I really can. But it takes a lot of energy and it takes a lot of doing to be on the edge that entire time because Randy was intense the entire time, and he was a great guy. I knew Randy on a couple different occasions outside the ring, and he's that guy. Who'd guess Rhett got or Vince got that many ring rats? Well, once again, are you talking is that low or high? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Think about how much you pay for WCW. They always float the number around there, somewhere around $4 million. This is three times that for these women. I mean, you get a big return on investment on that WCW stuff. This
Well,
paying off these women, I don't know.
but once again, um, you know, this is such a politically correct world these days, and it's such a cancel culture. No matter what anybody says or does, there's always going to be a certain amount of people who look at it their way and their way only on both sides. So I remember as a kid and in high school, and the good-looking high school teachers, and you're thinking same thing. That's terrible. That's but people in power sometimes abuse power, and it's a fact of life that I think a lot of people don't want to look at today. People don't want to look at a lot of facts going on today, but that too, does it make it right? Does it make it wrong? It's once again, I think it's all in perspective. I just think that everybody shouldn't be so shocked if they are. In fact, everybody should just be saying, "Okay, what do we do next? Do we want what's the upside to getting rid of Vince if that's the goal?" Which obviously, absolute power craps. Absolutely, thank you, because I knew it was something like that. So, who wants to disrupt? Who wants to sink this ship? I don't know.
Rumor is Nick Khan. That's like the big rumor that he's in the mix, trying to, all of a sudden he gets all this power, then Vince gets in trouble and Triple H is out of the way, and then Stephanie was out of the way, but now she's right back in and into that CEO position. So you never know.
Well, you never know. That's the thing. You really never know. In the corporate world, I can't even pretend to tell or say, hey, I know what it's like in the corporate world. I only know from my experience in the corporate world. And that wasn't, I don't even know. I don't even know anymore, John. I really don't. Because it's, if you take the money and sign the agreement, shut up and spend your dough. Okay. And they obviously did. This I think came out through somebody sending an email, I believe. Right? I read that somebody
It
sent
was
an
like
email.
the friend of the
A
paralegal
friend of,
woman.
yeah, and so the woman didn't do it, and I don't know how that affects everything else, but somebody had an agenda.
Yeah.
It's not like this just because this didn't happen yesterday. It didn't happen last month. It did it. I mean, it just came out, but it didn't. I think these actions were years ago. So
Yep.
if they were that heinous,
Many years ago, yeah.
yeah, if they were that heinous, and they are, if it happened, then they should have been brought out years ago. And the timing is odd, or just the timing, everything, just what nothing's. I don't believe anything's a coincidence, and I believe in calculated risk and calculated attacks and all that stuff. And this is calculated, obviously. So whatever happened, or whatever happened supposedly happened, and I guess it just comes down to if you have enough faith in Vince as a chairman to run the company the way he's been running it, which obviously has been not a bad deal at all. Then you'll allow him back, and you'll find what you find, but still say this is the right guy for the job. I mean, was it Robert Kraft who got caught too?
Yep.
Okay.
At
So
the
right,
at the massage parlors, yeah. Yep.
right. So I mean, who's was it right? I don't know. I mean, I'm going to sound like Joe Biden again. I don't want to do that. So
Stumbling and bumbling and
no, I just start bubbling and everything else. I don't want to even go there. So hello,
honoring
Herb. I just want to say hi.
Herb,
Herb's a good man.
honoring the Holocaust instead of saying the horror of the Holocaust, doing stuff like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I really do believe that nobody's perfect, and this is far from perfect, and I don't want to minimize it at all. At the same time, um, everybody knew what they were getting into. It appears, because they were paid.
Right.
So that's the only question I think that should be raised: is was everybody in on it, and were you compensated? Okay, well, move on.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please help me out and like this video, then click the subscribe and get notifications buttons so you don't miss any of my latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Follow us on Facebook at the Hannibal TV for more live streams and videos. And while you're at it, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Hannibal TV.